So today we're going to do a beautiful passion fruit and vanilla creme brulee. So what we've got here is we've got 400 mils of cream, which we're just bringing to the boil. And as it's starting to warm up, we use a pure vanilla bean paste. It's a lot easier to get the strong flavour out than using a vanilla bean. So we're just going to put a teaspoon of that beautiful paste inside, and straight away you can see it starts to go a light brown, beautiful vanilla-y colour. Now Camilla's preparing some passion fruits over here, and we're going to mix them last minute in with our brulee base. So to start with the brulee base, we need 2 whole eggs. And a tablespoon of sugar. So we'll do 2 teaspoons. And we just want to whisk that up. You need to really whisk it well, so you don't want any of the egg yolk not to be fully mixed in. So give that a really good whisk. Okay, now that that's all mixed in, we're going to take some of Camilla's passion fruit puree, mix that in, and we've got our boiling cream over here. Now we're just going to whisk that in slowly because you are whisking it into egg, and if you don't whisk really well you will end up with scrambled egg. Now that's ready to go in the oven. Now the key ingredient when putting it in the oven is how you cook it. There's a lot of misconceptions of using a bain-marie. We are cooking it in a bain-marie, but it's how you put it in the bain-marie that makes the brulee cook beautifully all the way through. Okay, now we're ready to cook the brulees. The key is you need something to go in the base of your tray, because if you put that in there, there's no water getting underneath and it can overheat your brulees and they will curdle. So the trick is use some chucks or some paper, anything you like that will raise the brulees slightly off the tray. Fill them up. The passion fruit's been sitting in there now for about 5 minutes, so it's had plenty of time to infuse the brulee with the vanilla flavour. And once Camilla's blowtorched the top, we're going to put a little bit of fresh passion fruit back on top. Now when you put your water, the key is to put warm water and fill it up to about the same level as the brulee mix. So now these are ready to go in the oven, but what I've done is I've filled them almost to where the level is, but I'll put the last bit of water in the oven, and that stops any water tipping in while you're carrying it to the oven. We're putting these into a pre-warmed oven at 125 degrees, and then what we do is we just fill the water to the same level as the brulee mix. And then we slide that in carefully, and they take approximately 30 to 40 minutes to cook.
Here is a brulee that we prepared earlier, and now it's all nice and cool and ready to go. You can't put the sugar on until the brulee is really cold. What we're going to be using is a great, really fine, super fine sugar that's going to burn really quickly. It's a nice vanilla sugar actually. So we're really putting some extra flavour in. When you put your sugar on, make sure it's really even. Otherwise you'll have really burnt bits and then bits that aren't really coated at all. So once I put the sugar on, I just give it a little bit of a shake just to make sure that we're all nice and even. There we go. Okay, so this is where the fun begins. We have a blowtorch, we turn on, and you want to go probably 3/4 the way down just to test out how high your blowtorch goes. You could have one with a really high flame that will burn it in seconds, or you can have one like this that's really nice and gentle and allows you to really work your way through the sugar. And all you do is you work your way around the white sugar, and it will slowly start to melt and start to caramelize. Don't go in there flat out in one spot and hold it there, because you will actually start burning it. Once you start seeing it starts to caramelize, move away, let it burn down to get that lovely caramel flavour, and then just keep on moving through. And there we go, it's starting to come up really nicely. You can smell it, you know, once you start smelling it, then you know you're all good to go. That lovely caramel flavour with the vanilla sugar. If you don't have any caster sugar or superfine sugar, you can use raw sugar. It will just take a little bit longer, but you still get a good result. And at this stage, you're gauging it with your eye now. You want to see that it's looking nice and golden. There's nothing worse than eating a creme brulee when the sugar is not caramelised. It's still a bit granulated. All right, Brett, there we go.
Beautiful.
Caramelised.
So we're going to serve that with a little bit of fresh passion fruit on top.
Perfect.
Beautiful. And that's ready to serve.